We've all experienced moments of intense fascination. A new love interest, a captivating celebrity, or even a thrilling novel can consume our thoughts. This allure is a natural part of the human experience, driving our curiosity and passions. But there's a fine line between healthy interest and unhealthy fixation. This essay explores that line, the world of obsessive minds, where admiration transforms into something darker. Obsessive individuals often struggle to differentiate between healthy interest and consuming fixation. Their thoughts and behaviors revolve around the object of their obsession, often to the detriment of their own well-being and the well-being of those around them. Understanding the difference between admiration and obsession is crucial in recognizing and addressing this complex issue. While admiration is characterized by respect, appreciation, and a healthy level of interest, obsession is marked by an overwhelming preoccupation. It's like a moth drawn to a flame, unable to see the danger as it flies closer and closer. This unhealthy attachment can manifest in various ways, from stalking and harassment to more subtle forms of intrusion and control. Recognizing the signs of unhealthy obsession is vital for both those experiencing it and those on the receiving end. It's important to understand that obsession can manifest in various forms and intensities, often creeping in unnoticed until it becomes overwhelming. It's not always easy to discern, as obsessive behavior often begins subtly. What starts as a harmless interest or admiration can gradually intensify, leading to behaviors that are far from benign. What might seem like intense admiration can quickly spiral into something more sinister. This shift can be so gradual that neither the obsessed individual nor the object of their obsession realizes the change until it's too late. One of the hallmarks of obsession is an inability to disengage. The person becomes fixated, unable to divert their attention to other aspects of their life. While it's normal to think about someone you're interested in, obsessive individuals find it nearly impossible to shift their focus. Their thoughts are dominated by the person they are fixated on, often to the detriment of their own mental health. Their thoughts become consumed by the object of their obsession, leading to a decline in work, relationships, and overall well-being. This can result in a noticeable drop in productivity and a withdrawal from social interactions. Another red flag is the presence of possessive behaviors. These behaviors can manifest in various ways, from subtle manipulations to overt control tactics. Obsessive individuals often feel a sense of ownership over the person they're fixated on, leading to jealousy, controlling behavior, and attempts to isolate them from others. This possessiveness can strain relationships and create a toxic environment. This need for control stems from a deep-seated insecurity and fear of abandonment. The obsessive person may feel that by controlling the other, they can prevent them from leaving. Finally, obsessive individuals often engage in intrusive behaviors such as stalking, excessive texting or calling, and showing up unannounced. These actions can be frightening and overwhelming for the person on the receiving end. These actions are often justified as expressions of love or concern, but they're rooted in a lack of respect for boundaries and a distorted perception of reality. It's crucial to recognize these signs early and address them, whether through personal reflection, seeking help, or setting firm boundaries to protect one's well-being. The roots of obsession run deep, often stemming from underlying psychological factors. These factors can be complex and multifaceted, intertwining like the roots of an ancient tree. One significant contributor is attachment theory, which suggests that our early childhood experiences with caregivers shape our attachment styles later in life. These early interactions lay the foundation for how we connect with others, influencing our emotional bonds and relationship patterns. Individuals with insecure attachment styles, characterized by anxiety or avoidance in relationships, may be more prone to developing obsessive tendencies. This insecurity can manifest in various ways, such as excessive neediness, fear of abandonment, or an overwhelming desire for reassurance. Another factor is low self-esteem. When individuals lack confidence in their own worth, they may become overly dependent on external validation to feel good about themselves. People with poor self-image may seek validation and worthiness externally, becoming fixated on someone they perceive as superior or possessing qualities they lack. This admiration can turn into an unhealthy obsession as they strive to emulate or gain approval from the object of their fixation. This external validation provides a temporary boost to their fragile ego, but ultimately perpetuates the cycle of insecurity and obsession. The fleeting nature of this validation means they constantly seek more, never truly feeling satisfied or secure. Mental health conditions, such as obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, borderline personality disorder, BPD, and other anxiety-related disorders, can also contribute to obsessive behaviors. These conditions often involve intrusive thoughts and compulsive actions that can dominate a person's life. Additionally, erotomania, a delusional disorder where an individual believes another person is in love with them, can lead to intense and irrational obsessions. These delusions can be all-consuming, affecting the individual's ability to function normally. In these cases, professional help is crucial in addressing the underlying condition and managing the obsessive tendencies. Therapy, medication, and support groups can provide the necessary tools and strategies to cope with and reduce these behaviors. It's important to note that not everyone who experiences obsessive thoughts or behaviors has a mental illness. Obsessive tendencies can arise from a variety of sources, including stress, trauma, or significant life changes. However, understanding the potential psychological underpinnings can shed light on the complexity of this issue and the need for compassion and support. By recognizing the deep-seated roots of obsession, we can better empathize with those affected and offer meaningful assistance in their journey towards healing and balance. Section 4. Trapped in the mirror. The obsessed and their internal struggle. While obsession can have devastating consequences for those on the receiving end, it's also essential to recognize the internal struggle of the obsessed individual. Their world becomes consumed by intrusive thoughts, anxieties, and compulsions, trapping them in a cycle of despair. Obsessive individuals often experience intense feelings of longing, desire, and a desperate need for reciprocation. This longing can be so all-consuming that it overshadows everything else in their life, leading to a decline in work, relationships, and personal well-being. The fear of rejection and abandonment fuels their obsessive behaviors. They may engage in excessive attempts to please the object of their affection, showering them with gifts, compliments, and attention. However, these actions are often met with resistance, further fueling their insecurities and anxieties. It's crucial to remember that while we should have empathy for the internal struggles of someone battling obsession, it doesn't excuse their harmful behaviors. Setting boundaries and prioritizing our own safety and well-being is paramount when dealing with such individuals. Section 5. Living under a magnifying glass. Impact on the objects of obsession. Being the object of someone's obsession can be an incredibly unsettling and distressing experience. It often starts subtly with increased attention and seemingly harmless gestures. However, as the obsession grows, the behavior can become more intrusive and alarming. It's like living under a magnifying glass, with your every move scrutinized, analyzed, and misinterpreted. The feeling of being constantly watched can be overwhelming, making it difficult to go about your daily life without a sense of paranoia. The constant attention, while often framed as love or admiration, can feel suffocating and invasive. What might be intended as affection can quickly turn into a source of anxiety and discomfort as the obsessive individual fails to respect personal boundaries. One of the most significant impacts of being relentlessly pursued is the erosion of personal boundaries. The obsessive person may ignore clear signals and continue to intrude, leaving you feeling powerless to maintain your own space. Obsessive individuals often disregard personal space, constantly seeking proximity and attention. This can manifest in various ways, from frequent, uninvited visits to incessant phone calls and messages. This intrusion can leave you feeling violated, unsafe, and constantly on edge. The fear of being followed or watched can make even the most mundane activities feel threatening. The emotional toll can be immense. The stress of dealing with an obsessive individual can lead to a range of negative emotions, including fear, frustration, and helplessness. Dealing with unwanted advances, persistent messages, and the constant fear of running into them can lead to anxiety, sleeplessness, and emotional exhaustion. The relentless nature of the obsession can make it difficult to find peace or relaxation. It can also trigger feelings of guilt and helplessness as you grapple with how to manage the situation without escalating it. You may feel responsible for the obsessive person's feelings, even though their behavior is beyond your control. The fear of violence is an unfortunate reality for many on the receiving end of obsession. The unpredictability of the obsessive individual's actions can create a constant sense of dread. While not all obsessive individuals are dangerous, the potential for escalation is always present. It's important to remain vigilant and aware of any changes in their behavior that might indicate a heightened risk. It's crucial to trust your instincts and take steps to protect yourself if you ever feel threatened or unsafe. This might include seeking support from friends, family, or professionals and taking practical measures to ensure your safety.